Hi everyone, my name is Mike Rennick. I'm the team lead senior broker of Team Rennick, part of that great Mangrove Realty Associates family. Welcome to another edition out and around Florida's West Coast. My guest today is Mr. Michael Hankin. Good morning, Michael.
Good morning, Mike. Nice
How
to
are
see
you? You're nice and dressed up.
Doing well.
You're headed to the office today and I'm headed on a road trip up to Tallahassee, so two different perspectives. But what we like to do, Lido Key, things are happening. Let us share a little bit about what's going on. Mike, what's happening out here?
So there's a neat new development that's being contemplated here at 930 and 1008 Benjamin Franklin Drive. There's two older hotels that were built back in the 1950s, and the proposal is to demolish the two hotels that are here, raise those to the ground, and then build a new 11-story building. The first two floors would be parking, and the other 9 stories above that would all be residential living. A total of 70 units here with resort-style amenities. Now this isn't like what we talked about last week, where there'd be resort-style amenities that would be open to the public.
At St. Regis on Longboat Key.
Exactly. These resort amenities would only be available for the guests, and there would be a limitation that not guests, but the owners here would be the only people allowed to use those amenities.
So today, are these buildings condominiums? Are they motels?
Currently, they're motels.
Okay.
And this was actually one of the first places that the motel concept took hold in Sarasota County. Motel, as the Gulf Beach Motel historic sign told us, was a combination of the word motorist and hotel, and as road traffic and travel became more popular in the U.S., the motel concept sprang up, and hotels like this came into existence.
So where are we in the process of getting this approved?
We are extremely early in this process. This goes in front of the DRC, the Development Review Committee, tomorrow. So the city hasn't even actually formally commented on it.
So was that a pre-review prior to the planning committee?
So yes, this is the first initial review. The city of Sarasota has a really neat development process where there's an opportunity to sit down relatively informally with the planners, have a discussion about the preliminary site plan, and then get some formal feedback before having to go to the planning board, which makes a formal recommendation to the city commission.
So you said 11 stories. I look around here, it's going to be one of the taller buildings here on Lido Key.
It is, and that's actually the purpose of this going in front of the DRC and eventually the commission. What they're trying to do to this property is rezone it from RMF4, residential multifamily 4, to resort waterfront. The only difference in those two designations is the allowable height of the building. So under the the current zoning, they're allowed to go up to, I believe, 70 feet tall. And under the new zoning, they'll be allowed to go up to 110 feet if it's approved.
So let me apologize. We're on the side of the road. You're going to hear a lot of road noise. These are the sights and sounds of Lido Key. I don't want to try to bring in a videographer and cut those out. This is the sights and sounds. So we're early in the process. More to follow. They're talking about taking out 2 motels, building condominium developments here. This is all part of the progress of Sarasota, Florida's West Coast. Let's take a look at the sales. What's happening here in Lido Key? And we found out that sales are down year over year, 20%. But again, the sample size is so small, that's not significant. Pending sales, the ones that are going to close in the next 30, 60, 90 days, are up over 50%. So we're still looking at a strong market in Lido, as we are most of the west coast of Florida. The average price per square foot is actually up over 50%. Dollar per square foot is the easiest way to get apples and apples. So prices are up, sales pending are up, and the amounts it takes to get something sold, or the amount of inventory on the market, is down. So it's a strong market. It's a good time for developers to talk about things like this. There'll be more to follow as we go forward. as we bring you more of the aspects of the West Coast from a real estate perspective. Mike, any parting shots?
No, otherwise more developments to come, and we'll keep the information coming.
Okay, Mike, I really appreciate you being here today. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having me, Mike.